What is language? Language is one of the defining features of what it means to be human. As the philosopher René Descartes once said, there is no other animal, however perfect, unfortunately situated, that can put words together in a manner to convey their thoughts. All animals communicate, of course, but the way they communicate isn't anywhere close to being as flexible, wide-ranging or norm as us. Language is so fundamental to our nature that it's used as a test of distinguish humans from robots. It was language above all else which let the human race turn itself from just another inhabitant of planet Earth into one which now dominates the rest of the animal kingdom. Language is a specialized sound signaling system, which seems to be genetically programmed to develop humans. As Noam Chomsky says, the principles of language acquisition are innate. But we are not programmed to acquire a particular language. Sound signals as a means of communication are very advantageous. They can be used at some distance. Thanks to media, we can use sounds at a distance of thousands of kilometers. They can be used in the dark. We communicate with our articulatory organs, which leaves the rest of the body free for other activities. Hardly ever there is a link between the signal and the message. It happens just with onomatopoeic words such as bang bang and quack quack. These examples are exceptions from our point of view. Normally in human language there is no link between the signal and the message. The symbols we use are arbitrary. Arbitrariness. The form and meaning of the word have an opportunity or random relationship. Human language does not fit objects they denote. For example, the dog does not follow the sheep or the four-legged barking object. However, most language contain onomatopoeic words which imitate or echo the sounds of object or activity. For example, cock-a-doodle-doo means crow or rooster. Animal language is non-arbitrary because there's a very clear connection between the message and signal used. Structure dependence means the human language depends on an understanding of the internal structure of a sentence, rather than on the number of elements involved. For example, each of these sentences has a similar basic structure. The man is my brother. The man who gave me the gift is my brother. He is my brother. Also, if we look at these sentences, we realize that human language has its own structure. I closed the door. I watched the movie Avengers yesterday. I kicked him. We cannot always add ed to a word in every sentences. The company, ed, was bankrupted. Human language. Human language is unique because it is generative, recursive, and has displacement. Human language is generative, which means that it can communicate an infinite number of ideas from a finite number of parts. Human language is recursive, which means that it can build upon itself without limits. Human language uses displacement, which means that it can refer to things that are not directly present. Language first developed about 100,000 years ago, allowing people to work together and shape the society they were living in. 5,000 years ago, writing was invented. This revolutionized the way we record history and pass knowledge on from generation to generation. Every new technology that comes along alters the way we communicate. Some people take a very prescriptive view of how language should be used, but in reality it's changing all the time. It doesn't degenerate, just adapts to the different contexts in which it's used. Language is also fundamental to our culture. It's a badge of identity, both for individuals and groups. But this can lead to prejudice. People make assumptions about everything from someone's education to their moral values based on how they speak. Language also mediates the way we experience and understand the world. It influences the way we relate to each other, and ultimately it's connected to almost everything we do in society.